So you can't buy time, but you can buy other people's mistakes. That's what the great Charlie Munger says. And so investing in yourself and investing in education, it's got to be the greatest investment you can make. Because at the end of the day, if all else goes to shit, what do you have? It's yourself. You are the biggest asset. They say that people who don't know how to sell raise skinny children. And what that means is, I believe that saying originated during the Great Depression, when to frickin' live, people had to literally sell. And they had to sell to survive. That's some powerful shit right there, if I've ever seen it. And although you don't need to sell to have healthy children, I think sales is an incredible skill. But the point of this video was to emphasize that you should invest. Think about investing once and think before spending twice. So for me, I don't have any crazy investments. I'll be quite frank. But I do not hesitate in the slightest to invest in education. Just on a small scale, it's books, okay? A book for $20, $30, I'll buy that in a heartbeat because I know that can actually change my life. And so I buy books all the time, I'll be honest. I also go to secondhand bookstores, so you can get books for $5 to $10. But I also pay for mentorships. I started paying a new sales coach, which I'm really hyped about. I'm paying him $500 a month, which might not seem like a lot, but in my position, for a sales coach for 2 hours a month, I'm paying him $250 an hour. So when you put it that way, I mean, paying $250 an hour is substantial enough. And so I just know that even if this dude was a horrible coach, I would get so much better from it that it wouldn't even matter. Because you learn so much more from the shitty situations. Not exactly when you're paying for coaching, but back in December, I did an event to try and sell some freaking product. I put myself in the mall for the month, and that was horrible. And so I'm never doing that again. And I learned a lot, and I got one of those terrible mistakes and decisions out of the way. And so I just think that it's either win or learn, and they're both valuable. Learning is the main goal for me right now. So I'm just on a freaking education investment kick, which can be dangerous. You don't want to just expend all of your money, but I think it's necessary to growth. And really the main point is that the only way to speed things up is to buy other people's mistakes. Because information's free, it's out there, you have access to all this info, but the point is there has to be some sort of transaction. So for people who, I don't know, Warren Buffett, what did he trade to become good at investing? Well, he made a bunch of mistakes, he spent a bunch of time. Now, if you want to take from his bank of mistakes and make them your own, you can learn for free, but buying someone else's mistakes makes it yours, in a sense. When you pay for someone, you put your own skin in the game, especially a substantial amount of money. So I think it's really, really important to invest a little bit in whatever you want to get good at, because it puts some skin in the game for you, and it's as simple as that. I just don't think without that skin in the game, you can speed up the process as much. So if you buy something for $20 that's, you know, a course or whatever, don't expect it to move the needle like crazy. But if you spend $1,000 on something and maybe it was a terrible investment, but you put a bunch of time into it and it creates an upward spiral, that $1,000 is worth it every time. I did that with it was a internet or remote closing course. I spent a few $100 on it, which to me at the time was a lot of money. And I didn't actually make any money back from that directly. But what it did lead me to do was then I thought, okay, I need to make money. I had some urgency, and so I went out. I did door-to-door window cleaning for 3 months. And I made immediately $300 doing that. So I made my money back and then some. And I wouldn't have done that if I had just not bought the course. The course was step one to earning that money in the 3 months that I did the door-to-door window cleaning. The idea came from that $1,000, and then I made a return. So I think there is a positive return on almost all investments eventually. They're not immediately monetary, but you can learn so much from a bad investment. I'm not investing into freaking crazy risky things, okay? I'm predominantly talking about buying education, but I just see that as so freaking valuable, and I hate seeing people, because I recommended a book and I said that the book changed my life, and my friend goes, can I borrow it? I'm like, bro, are you serious? I just said the book would change your life, and you want to borrow it, read it once, and forget about it? You're not willing to pay $20 for something that could change your life? What sense does that make? Like, bro, it's a $20 book that you can have for the rest of your life, and it will continue to give you value forever. Why would you not throw $20 at that? Also, a $1 million idea could be inside of a book. Or even if it's not $1 million, it could be a $300 idea. For instance, I read a book called Fanatical Prospecting, which is all about making phone calls. Guess what I did a lot of after reading that book? Phone calls. Guess what phone calls gets you in sales? Money, baby. So I bought that book off for no reason. I went into a secondhand bookstore, and it was just on a random shelf for mega sale or whatever. I don't know. It was 75% off. I picked it up, read it, and I really enjoyed it and made money from it just because of the ideas within the book. And the other thing to realize is that a lot of times you need to be reminded more than you need to be taught. And so books are these mini educational investments that get you a little bit of skin in the game, and because where attention goes, energy flows. So if I read a book about making phone calls, I'm going to start making a lot of phone calls. It's that simple. If I want to get good at writing, I'm reading a book about writing, how to write better. And so where my attention goes, energy flows, and then results show. That's one of the realest quotes ever, because that's all it is. All it is just paying your attention. You pay with attention to get good at things. And it's honestly just that simple. I don't understand why people don't get that. I mean, paying with time takes much longer. But if you don't have money, all you have is time. Time and money are really the only currencies we have available. And so obviously money, capital is going to get you there faster. But the number one rule of entrepreneurship is use what you got. So if all you've got is time, use it. Use it to invest your time into education. Because where attention goes, attention, time, energy, same thing. Energy is going to flow to that, whether you believe in all that stuff or not. It's true. And then results are going to show. So, I think the call to action from this video that could literally change your life and turn things around for you would be to buy a book in a field that you want to improve in. Because the average American reads less than a book a year. And so to set yourself apart, all you got to do is read one book. How easy is that? So you go to the bookstore, buy a book, read it, and then you're better than 99% of the people in America. That just seems like a no-brainer to me. $20? Yeah, I'm doing that every time. So invest in your education a little bit. Identify an area you need to improve in. And learn. Spend your time or spend a little bit of money and notice that little bit of growth. And once you believe me, go all in and invest more. Peace.